Hello everyone, this channel is called Checkcon, and it deals with topics related to the COBOL programming language. This video was prepared by Nestor Isiche, and it will be read with the automatic voice of WordOffice. If you think the video helps you understand the basics of a saving system, please give it a like. Some subscribers have suggested that we publish a video related to the development of banking systems, so we are presenting this basic design, but with many tips that can help you understand a banking system, and also algorithms and basic resources such as emulators. In this video, only the design is presented, and in the next one we will present the result of what we are going to develop to implement the design shown. A banking operation is a process that is carried out in a bank to provide a service requested by a bank client. A banking operation can originate one or more transactions. For example, a transfer operation from a bank account to another bank account can originate two transactions, one of debit to the source account and another of credit to the destination account. Debits decrease the customer's balance and credits increase it. Daily withdrawal control. The program accesses the file of the latest transactions and adds the withdrawals of the day plus the withdrawal you wish to make, plus the commission. If the total exceeds the maximum allowed of 4,000, the operation is rejected. Control of night withdrawals. If the withdrawal is made after 7 p.m. and the daily withdrawal maximum is not exceeded, the nightly maximum is checked. The withdrawals made after 7 p.m. are added together, plus the withdrawal that is desired to be made after 7 p.m., plus the commission. If the total exceeds the allowed nightly maximum of 2,000, the operation is rejected. Daily batch process. Banco Universal handles withdrawal operations from 2 to 23:59 HRS, Monday to Sunday, from midnight hours and until 1 hour 59 minutes and 59 seconds, a daily process is executed that consists of closing the savings service, closing all savings files, updating the monthly savings movement file with the movements of the day, deleting the daily savings movement file to start from scratch, updating the balances in the account file from the transaction log file, deleting and generating the new balance file from the updated account file, opening all savings files, opening the savings service. Operations implemented. Only the following operations are handled. Deposits, credit to the account, add to the balance. Withdrawals, charge to the account, subtract from the balance. Balance inquiry does not affect the account balance. Inquiry of the last 20 transactions subtracts the commission amount from the balance. Validation of operations. For any operation, the following must be validated. That the account exists in the accounts file. If it does not exist, the message, account does not exist, must be sent. The account must be active, otherwise the message, account inactive, please go to the bank is sent. If it is a withdrawal, the account must have sufficient balance for the amount and the commission, otherwise the message, insufficient balance to withdraw, is sent. As we can see, in our latest movements file, the last withdrawal is placed in the first position, and the previous withdrawals are moved to the right, thus having our withdrawals ordered from most recent to oldest. To control the maximum amount and withdrawals of the day, we will need to save the date and time of each withdrawal. Service channels. ATMs. The bank does not have ATMs, but is associated with an acquirer that has 1,000 ATMs nationwide. Our mini savings system receives a standard frame, and the channel code is CTM for this acquirer. It must send a unique ascending sequential number for each operation known as trace. Let's assume that the server that handles ATM operations determines the validity of the card and password with which the withdrawal is made, and sends to our mini savings system only the data to charge or credit the customer's account. Correspondent agent. The bank does not have points of sale, but is associated with an acquirer that has 1,500 POS nationwide. Our mini savings system receives a standard frame, and the channel code is CPS for this acquirer. It must send a unique ascending sequential number for each operation known as trace. Customer service windows. The bank has 30 customer service offices with 300 windows. An operation is executed by an employee who has an 8-character code with which his operations will be identified. The channel is called CVN and must send a unique ascending sequential number for each operation known as trace. Other channels. Telephone, internet, or smartphone banking channels are handled by a server that receives the transaction and creates the standard frame to send it to the savings system for processing, but obviously withdrawals cannot be made through these channels, although queries can be made. Standard frame. Generally, frames that comply with the ISO 8583 standard are used, for which the length of the frame and the number of fields to be sent are variable and depend on the operation being performed. But for simplicity reasons, we will use a frame with fixed fields and length. Transaction emulator. To develop and test our mini saving system, we do not need to connect to any ATM or POS server, since we will use an emulator program that simulates frames received from the different channels. And to have better visibility and progress of the development, we will create the channel 3270 called CMU. To simulate the traces or sequences of the different channels, we will use a VSAM file that will have an array for 10 channels. Here is the design of the emulation screen that we will use to simulate withdrawal operations, balance consultation, and last movements consultation. An example of the data that must be entered into the emulator is also shown. Balance and latest movements inquiry for transaction verification. For each operation carried out, the correct allocation of the accounts and the recording of the movements must be verified, so a query screen will be needed. This query will only be for our unit tests. Activities to be developed for the next video. Savings file definition JCL. Savings accounts file data load JCL. Operations emulator map. Operations emulator program. Balance and latest movements inquiry map. Balance and latest movements inquiry program. Perform in CICS with the CETA utility, the definitions of transactions, maps, programs, and files. Specialist programs for access to account, balance, and latest movements files. Testing of inquiry, withdrawal, and deposit operations. Testing of batch processes. About the design. When designing a system, there are many restrictions, which may be time or resource related. For example, the presented mini savings system will run only in a development environment with minimal transactionality, but it serves to understand the basic functionality of a savings system and to present the basic algorithms and the way they are implemented with the COBOL language, as well as the division of the programs into layers and in a modular or component-based way. Here is the EMZ19 guide so you can copy it. We hope you have been able to download the PPT and copy the SMZ19 guide so you can review it. Thank you very much for your attention, and good luck!